Hello, it's Lil Lou. Welcome back. All right, I have a quick little story. So back in April, my little brother wanted to go to Kobe for some sushi for his birthday, but Kobe wasn't doing dine-ins because of the pandemic, and so I decided to make some homemade sushi. And by the way, I made some perfect sushi rolls without using those rolly things that people use to make sushi. So here is a video of how I did it without the rolly thing. Alright, so like you saw at the beginning of the video, I always start off by washing my hands because it's not really healthy to cook without washing your hands. So anyway, so this is 4 cups of rice. So I just wash it twice, and then I just put a little bit of water on it, and then I put it in the rice maker and push cook and just wait for it to cook. Okay, so while the sticky rice is being made, I'm just going to start putting together the ingredients. So I have carrots, and then I have mangoes, some salmon, of course I got avocados, and then some zucchinis. These are the seaweed squares. I just found it at the seafood place in the store. I just asked for it and he gave it to me. And then I have some shrimp and some aluminum foil that I will be using at the end of the video. And then I have a cutting board. You could use a cutting board or like a countertop if you want. And then I have my 4 little bowls for my carrots, my avocados, my shrimp, and my zucchinis. So I have a shredder, so I'm just going to shred the carrots like I'm doing here. And then, ooh, that's a really good avocado right there. Well, except for that brown spot. So for the avocado, I am just going to cut it into smaller pieces and put it in a bowl and just put it aside. And then I am going to start the shrimp. So I boiled the shrimp for 5 minutes just so it could turn pink and it will be easier to peel the shell off of it. But fun fact, if you boil shrimp for a really long time, it just starts getting smaller and smaller. Okay, so my zucchini, I am just going to peel it, and then I'm going to cut it into 4 sections. Okay, so when you do the zucchini, you want to cut it in strips. You don't want to cut it like this on the side. You want to cut it in strips like I'm doing here in this section. Okay, so for the mango, I'm just going to peel it. So when I was peeling my mango, I just wanted to try and peel it all at once and not cut the skin off in little pieces. And then I tried to do a yo-yo, but it was an epic fail. It didn't go well. But so anyway, I cut the mango in strips like I did for the zucchini. So you will see what I'm talking about in just a few seconds. Okay, so for the salmon, I didn't really plan to make a whole lot of sushi rolls, so I'm just going to use a third of the sushi, and then I'm going to also cut it in strips like I did for the mango and for the zucchini. So my sister and I like salmon skin sushi rolls, so I'm going to make some salmon skin sushi rolls for dinner. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting a little bit of oil in the pan and putting it on the stove so that it warms up. And then I put a little bit of salt on the skin so that it tastes a little better. And then I cooked it for 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, I took it off the stove and cut it up like I did for the salmon. No kidding though, but the sticky rice was done the same time I was done cutting that salmon skin. Okay, so as you can see, I am putting some tin foil around my cutting board. This is so that I can change the tin foil whenever I need to. And you just saw that bowl of water, so I'll show you what I need it for later. And then I have all of my ingredients lined up around the cutting board so that I can grab it whenever I need to. And now I'm just going to start rolling my very first sushi roll. I am putting rice on the perimeter and the surface of the seaweed. So the water that you saw earlier is the water that I'm using now to pat down the rice. This is to prevent the rice from sticking to my hands when I roll the sushi. So I'm putting carrots, some salmon, some zucchini, and some shrimp in my first roll. So now I'm going to start rolling the sushi without using that rolly thing that I talked about at the beginning of the video. So this is how I do it. I just encourage you to continue watching the second roll and the third roll because there are some things that I did for those rolls that I did not show in the first roll. For this roll, I am just facing the shiny part of the seaweed towards me, and I'm doing the same process that I did for the first roll, but this one has a twist, so just continue watching. Ready, and bam. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I am putting rice on one end of the seaweed, and then I'm adding mango. And then on one end, I'm going to put some salmon, and then the other, I'm putting avocado. So my idea here is to make two different sushi rolls out of one square of seaweed. So when I cut this, I'm going to have one mango and salmon, and then I'm going to have the other avocado and mango. So for this one, I'm going to do something different with what I did for the last roll. So just keep watching and see what I do. What I did different for this third one is I put rice on the opposite end of the seaweed so that the rice can stick on the outside of the seaweed to prevent it from unwrapping. And for this one, all I did was put jalapenos to make it a little bit spicy. Alright, I'm done with the rolls. So now for the cutting process. So what I did was I just used a bigger knife, and once I was done cutting one roll, I washed the knife so that it will make it easier to cut the next roll.